Now there's several questions that an entrepreneur needs to ask themselves through every stage in the journey. I believe one of the most important aspects of building a business is learning how to properly delegate and put the right people into the right seats. See, everyone wants to scale, but no one wants to put in the groundwork to truly build that foundation in order to get things in place and to put the right people in the right seats in order to truly elevate. Now, my best advice for anyone looking to build a team is to first understand your process and how you accomplish the job and what tools you need in order to accomplish that end result. After you've put yourself into that driver's seat and you understand the process and the systems and you understand the desired outcome that you're going for, at that point only is when you can truly delegate that task and outsource it to put someone else into that seat. An entrepreneur needs to understand the business from a 3,000-foot view. You need to have a bird's eye view from everything that's going on, looking at your business above it and not getting caught up in the day-to-day activities. We're looking at sales and acquisitions. You need marketing systems and processes. You need people management. You need data management. You got dispositions in many types of businesses, right? There's a lot of different moving parts. And for a new person that's stepping into the industry, they're never going to truly grasp the greater picture of what this truly looks like. This is why you need to surround yourself with people who have already achieved the results that you were seeking. Coaches, consultants, mentors, right? Get yourself involved in some type of inner circle community. Find some type of an environment that's going to help to build your culture, to nourish you and give you the tools, the strategies, and the roadmap that you need to start putting those processes in place. Instead of trying to create your own model and rework the wheel, find someone in your niche, in your industry, who has already achieved the results that you are seeking and model their success, right? Tony Robbins says, by standing on the shoulders of giants is how you build massive momentum, right? That's how you build organizations. There is a roadmap, there is a system, and it's your job as the entrepreneur to find the right people, to delegate and put them into the right seats. This is only accomplished by surrounding yourself with consultants, mentors, and people who are going to help elevate your vision. Now, there's several key ingredients that it takes in order to build your leadership team and to construct your network and how you're going to build the foundation of your business in any organization. In most cases, visionary is going to be leading the pack. Some businesses also might call this CEO, Chief Operations Officer, but the ultimate goal of a visionary is to be able to see activities at a high level. Visionary should always be working on the business, creating standard processes, procedures, also known as SOPs, so that they can communicate the vision of the company down to the integrator. Now, the integrator is the person in direct communication with the visionary. Visionary is always looking at the business from 3,000 feet high, and he's communicating that vision down to the integrator, who in turn is receiving the information, and they're putting into play the processes and systems created by the visionary. They're going to communicate on behalf of the visionary to the rest of the leadership team so that they can effectively function as a well-oiled machine. Now, every business is going to need some type of sales or acquisitions. With us being in the real estate space, our acquisitions managers basically control the sale. They control the upfront communication with our clients and prospects or motivated house sellers from the point that they receive the lead until the point that we have a signed contract or the sale is actually made, right? Ultimate goal as your acquisitions team is to convey our message clearly. They understand the company culture and they can build trust and rapport with our end client who we're targeting in return, right? On top of that, we have marketing. The marketing division is in charge of identifying our target market. This means being able to think like your customer, to put yourself inside of their mind, to try to experience the situation that they might be going through in order to effectively create a solution on how you can meet that, right? So marketing, we're casting our nets out to the people that have the problems that our business, our service, or our house buying company in this case can solve, right? In real estate investing, we're looking for motivated sellers who need help selling their house, right? In some type of other product-based or service businesses, you're looking for some type of a problem that we can create a solution, and your marketing machine is your way of attracting the right customers and the right people into your net and detracting everyone else. Because we don't want to talk to everybody. We don't want to go through 100 phone calls with people who have no need for what we have to offer. That's how we detract the customers we don't want, and we want to attract the people that need our message and that need our service, right? Dispositions in many businesses is another key ingredient. Now for real estate, acquisitions is the process of acquiring contracts, acquiring properties. Dispositions is the process of dispersing them, right? We're either selling the contract or the property to another investor, to a retail buyer, to a hedge fund. This is how you're taking whatever type of service you offered and you're delivering results, right? What result are we looking to deliver? Dispositions manager, the person sitting in the seat, is in charge of running with the torch and delivering on what we promised. Now there's a lot of additional type of resources depending on your type of business that are necessary. Management being a big part, right? When you have people that are carrying your processes out, you need someone to help properly and effectively manage your people, right? So people management is going to be an integral part of the success of your company, right? So they're going to oversee, let's say in this case, we have the sales and acquisitions. However, below them, we have our inside sales reps who are actually virtual assistants, or our cold callers who are in the Philippines, right? Now, their role is to call as many prospects as possible, to follow their script, deliver our message, and get people to raise their hand saying, yes, I'm interested in selling, right? That's one piece of our marketing, is cold calling. But once the cold caller makes a connection with one of the sellers, that lead in turn gets passed up to the sales and acquisitions team. Think of it like a warm handoff. They're handing the baton off from a seller raising their hand interested in selling, passing that to the sales and the acquisitions team to therefore close the sale. In addition to marketing, we also have PPC, which is also known as Google AdWords. So example of this, we live in the worldwide of Google, right? Anytime someone has a problem and they don't have an answer to it, the first thing they're likely going to do is pull out their cell phone and they're going to go, hey Google, how can I do this? How can I sell my house fast? How can I find a videographer in the Columbia area? How do I know if I have COVID, right? Whatever the case might be, you're going to Google looking for answers. Google AdWords is actually advertisements. It's where you're paying Google for an ad spot for the top placement whenever someone searches one of the keywords. Top 3 websites to pop up are going to be an ad, right? SEO is the other part of that. SEO standing for search engine optimization. SEO is essentially The way that Google is built, the World Wide Web has a bunch of robots, we'll call them crawlers, that they crawl from one website to another, looking at backlinks, looking at social bookmarking, and it's looking at the relevance of these many sites that all connect. They're intricately intertwined, and they connect from one site to another. The more sites that are relevant that connect to another sister site are going to help to benefit and give that site more credibility, which is known as domain authority. Now, there's a few other factors that help with your rankings on SEO, which we'll get into an in-depth discussion later on. In fact, I'll attach a link in the description to a video to deep dive on the SEO process. Additional to this, direct mail. Direct mail is another form of marketing. It's one of the oldest forms of marketing out there. Think about the old school sales letters you used to get, or the AT&T pamphlet that you get in your mailbox, right? In real estate, you might get a postcard saying, hey, I'd love to be your realtor and sell your house. Or in the investment space, hey, I'd love to buy your house, right? This is getting our message out to the right person, right? Now you need to make sure your data list and whatever else you're targeting is clearly defined, and you know exactly who the people you're targeting are and how to communicate the message that they need, right? But that's another form of marketing. So a lot of moving parts, right? Technology has opened the door to so many more opportunities to make quick decisions, right? And to easily pivot to market to new people. There's something known as SMS marketing, which there's certain softwares in the market that offer text blasting capabilities, meaning you can upload a list of thousands of people, take that list, upload it into a system, and click, 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 send out hundreds of messages in a matter of minutes, right? And then you just wait for the people to respond. So whatever the method of marketing is, of course, you got word of mouth, networking, which in my opinion, the better networkers in any industry are the people that accomplish the best results, because your network is your net worth. But to take that a step further, the power of networking takes mediocre products and businesses and makes them a lot of money. With my experience, sometimes the best products are not always the most successful because the marketing mix and the strategy that they disperse the marketing has everything to do with the effectiveness of that company, right? That's why some of the best athletes out there might never make it to the major leagues. In fact, this will take it a little bit deeper. There's some Nobel Prize winners who got the credit and all of the recognition for an invention or something they came up with, when in fact it was actually their associates and people that were working in the same area, the same industry, doing the research that came up with a solution or whatever the recognition might be. However, it was the person that was best networked and best positioned who was able to take that and take recognition for it. I'll do a deep dive on this on another video as well. But where I'm going with this is any organization, there's a lot of moving parts, right? We could go down some rabbit holes on how to effectively build any type of business. But you need to first know the vision of the company. You need to know where you're going. And then you need to reverse engineer that vision and figure out how you're going to get there, right? This is the process of goal setting. Set your 10-year target, set your 5-year target, break it down to 3, right? So you want to begin with the end in mind, figure out where you want to go before asking for directions. And as you break that down into manageable bite-sized chunks, you can figure out, okay, in order to meet the goals for this year, what do I need to work towards in this first quarter, right? Because we can project a year out, but if you're trying to plan an entire year, you're likely just going to get caught up in a hamster wheel and accomplish absolutely nothing. But by breaking your year down into quarterly chunks, that gives you actionable steps where you can say, hey, what if I could accomplish more in 90 days by taking massive, imperfect action than many people accomplish in a year? That's how you multiply results, right? What if I could take the activities that I'm doing now and multiply that times 10. Well, how do I do that? How do I get there? That's where you create a team and you outsource to people that, with the World Wide Web, we can bring people on overseas on the other side of the country working for $3, $4, $5 an hour and effectively accomplish the same tasks that someone stateside might be making $20 an hour, right? So figuring out the right processes with that. I'm gonna create a separate video as well that will show you the business map, and we can break it down in tiers where you can see, sales and marketing, everything, and we'll have a cleanly defined process for how that goes. But for now, I encourage you just to start small, start with your vision, because everything in the world was created twice. First started in the mind, and then the action was taken in order to translate that vision into reality. Look at all the high-rise buildings everywhere around you. Look at the freeways and the bridges. Think about this. There's currently a man building a rocket ship to fly to Mars. If that doesn't boggle your mind, I don't know what will. My point with that is everything starts inside of your mind. If you can dream it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So figure out where you want to go and then start taking tiny baby steps to figure out how you can bring this vision and translate it into reality. Vision doesn't always come out fully formed. In fact, it's a daily process of bringing out, critiquing, tweaking, and figuring out how to make a better process. We learn more through failure, which is why I encourage you to get out there and make mistakes quick. Hope you guys got something out of this. I'll see you on the other side.